Aren't you tired of setting the same goals and seeing another year passing by without getting any significant progress? From settling because your dreams are unrealistic, too high to reach? The perception you rely on is a concept of cause and effect. You wait for the events you wish for to make you feel something you want. But it's not the only way. You can become the cause of these events, attracting your dreams to you by feeling those emotions ahead of the event. So hi guys, and welcome to this video. My name is Khaled, and in this video I'm going to be talking all about manifesting and attracting your dream life. I'm going to list 5 rules that will help you enter a dream life and start crossing off those goals of yours. Let's get started. Rule number 1. Be defined by a vision of the future. This is the most important rule, as a person who is not defined by a vision of the future is inevitably being defined by memories of the past. Simple as that. So the question comes down to that. Are you happy with your past? Is this what you want your life to look like moving forward? If the answer is yes, then this video is not for you. If not, you must be clear and precise about your vision of the future. Take the time to really think about it. What you really want in life. What are your goals that you want to achieve? And not what you think is possible and achievable within your circumstances. What you really want. So get into details, be as specific as you can, and decide what emotions you want to feel in this future of yours. When you think about the future you dream of, who is the person you imagine? How do they behave? How do they react to situations? How do they feel? Once you have a clear vision of your desired self and reality, you can start building a path and take the necessary steps to get you there. That means you're going to align your behavior in the present moment to that future you described earlier. Adapt your actions during the day so that they correspond to this future. On top of that, you're then going to take it one step further and actually attract those events you wish for through your emotions and thoughts. How are you going to do that? You're going to start feeling the emotions your future self feels. Let's say, for example, you want to get a certain job, or you want to be wealthier, healthier, enter a certain relationship, etc. And you know your future self, who already has all of that, feels happy, powerful, loved, abundant, free, independent, whatever it may be for you. So you're going to start teaching your mind and body to experience those feelings before these events have actually occurred. The perception most of us are used to rely on is a concept of cause and effect. We wait for that promotion or this event to make us feel those emotions. Successful, wealthy, we wait for a relationship, a love to enter into our life to make us feel safe and loved. And it's okay, it's an approach we've all been programmed to live by. But it's not the only way, and it's not the best way. If you first teach yourself to feel all of the emotions associated with what you want to achieve, before you even received it, you become the cause of these events. Because you already feel and act like the person who has it, you're attracting it to you. I know at first it can all sound a bit overwhelming or a bit too much, so these are some actionable ways you can apply it in your life. After you've written all of the descriptions of your future and the feelings that are going to take place in that future, you have to reach those emotions on your own. So some of my favorite ways are meditation practices, guided imagery. You can use pictures of this future, you can use vision boards, vision videos, which is also one of my favorite tools, affirmations, art, whatever makes you feel the future you desire. In the morning, when you are waking up, don't get up and don't start your day until you've reached those feelings. Don't move on with your day until you are aligned with the life you want, until you can act like your future self would. During the day, you need to make some conscious decisions because it's easier to get lost. In most cases, our lives at the moment are probably different than what we want, and we hit obstacles and circumstances which make us react. Which is why it's so important to consciously make an effort. Say, I'm gonna meet this and that struggles today, but this is how I'm gonna react. And check up on yourself as many times as you need. Do I act like the person I wanna be? Would the future me behave like this? Would they react that way? Would they feel that way? If so, keep it up. And if not, take yourself a few minutes to relax and do what you need to bring yourself back to that state of mind. Use whatever tools you find helpful and continue your day from this state. The more you practice it, you'll feel yourself change and your circumstances change. Over time, you'll become the person you want to be, and therefore inevitably attract the other things you want. As for me, I have daily practices that I've been applying for a long time, every morning and every evening, and I've seen a big change in my life from implementing them. But I've noticed that during the day, that's the time when most of my triggers come up. That's when I'm facing all behaviors and emotions that I don't want to embody. So first of all, I actually have several alarm clocks during the day which remind me to check up on myself, how I'm doing. I have a guided meditation that I added in the middle of the day to be aware and remember to act from an elevated state of mind and not return to old behaviors. So take the time during the day, even if it's just a few minutes, to check up on yourself. It's worth the extra time and effort, and you can make some time for it if you really understand the change it can initiate. Second rule, gratitude. Gratitude is the best state for receiving because again, you're going to feel grateful when you receive all your wishes. Meaning, feeling grateful now will bring you to your desired life much faster. You get what you focus on. So naturally, if you're going to focus on the negative things, on everything that's going wrong with your life, that's what you will continue to receive and attract. However, if you teach yourself to look at your life and the world from a different perspective and actually reprogram your mind to see the positive things, that's what you're going to manifest as well. How to practically apply it in your life. Simplest way, just do a daily gratitude practice. There are plenty of ways to do it. I'm going to share my favorite easy and simple practice that I implement every day that has worked for me. This is a practice I've learned from a book called The Magic by Rhonda Byrne. It's an amazing book, by the way, that I really recommend reading. It's a part of her series of books which talk about the law of attraction, manifesting, and the power of thought. And she actually dedicated an entire book to the topic of gratitude because it really is such a big part of manifesting and achieving your wishes. And as you can't receive anything without feeling grateful. So this is the practice. Every morning when you wake up, write a list of at least 10 things that you are grateful for, stating why are you grateful for them. It can go from the smallest things like this morning coffee, or bigger stuff, like a big event that happened to you or a person in your life. Allow yourself to really linger there, and when you finish, read the entire list again by heart or out loud, adding the word thank you after everything on the list. Once you start doing it on a daily basis, you will notice your perception begin to change. You'll begin to attract and notice more and more blessings that appear in your life and see your life change. I also want to add on a personal note that I've not been a very positive or grateful person for the most of my life. I was always a person with many goals, an overachiever. I always had a vision of my future and worked towards things I wanted, but I kind of skipped the whole part of gratitude because somewhere I think I had this fear or stigma about being grateful. I was afraid that if I was already happy and content with the things I had, I would get stuck with my current situation since I'm already happy and satisfied with it. Thus, I wouldn't progress and grow. However, this whole attitude is very wrong and inaccurate, and it's actually what had me stuck for a long time. Because even though I'd put in all the work and effort, you can't achieve anything without feeling grateful for what you already have. And once I started to apply it and really add gratitude to my priorities, the changes I saw in my life were like this. They were huge. Because a switch was made in my mindset, and suddenly so many things opened up to me in ways I could have never imagined. Rule number 3. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Change is uncomfortable to all human beings. When you start behaving differently than you're used to, you're going to feel uncomfortable. Your mind and body are used to act in a certain way. They've become comfortable with the behavior you've practiced over the years. Many people start change expecting it to come easily and flowingly, and when it doesn't, they get scared or think they're doing something wrong. For example, if I'm used to eating unhealthy and want to change my eating habits, I'm gonna have to fight my tendency to reach for the sugary, fat, unhealthy foods. It's not going to feel comfortable. It's going to feel strange and unfamiliar. Our mind and body always prefer the familiar thing, even if it's bad for you. When you initiate a behavior change, sooner or later you're gonna feel discomfort. And your body and mind will tell you to resolve this feeling by reverting to familiar previous behavior patterns. Therefore, it's very important to be aware of this and know to recognize it. When you feel discomfort, know and recognize that it's a good thing. It means you're changing, reprogramming your mind to new habits. That awareness is a key to stopping yourself from slipping into behavior patterns of the past. So be aware and keep that in mind. Rule number 4. Consistency and belief. No matter how good intentions and how much desire you have, if you don't show up for your work consistently, it won't make any difference. You have to create discipline, learn to simply do what you said you do. Listen to your plan instead of your mood. See, everyone has bad days, but what separates successful people from others is that they don't let their mood dictate their day. You cannot let your mood dictate your action, because action is what's going to change your mood. So even if you don't feel like it, simply develop the ability to do it anyway. Then you'll see your mood changes too, and you'll thank yourself for pushing. In the long run, you never regret the hard tasks you did. You only regret not doing them. The price of procrastination or laziness is the life you could have lived. Another thing that might hinder persistence is frustration and loss of faith when you don't see results. In the book Atomic Habits by James Clear, he gives a metaphor that really resonated with me. Imagine an ice cube sitting in a room with 25 degrees. When slowly the room starts to warm up, the room temperature rises to 26 degrees, 27, 28, but the cube remains intact. 29, 30, 31, and still nothing happens. Then the temperature reaches 32 degrees, and the cube begins to melt. A change in a single degree caused the cube to begin to melt. During the increase in 6 degrees that preceded it, no results were seen. But it doesn't mean it was all in vain. All this would not have happened without the build-up that preceded it. Similarly, many times in behavior change, when we persist in something without noticing any results, it may seem like our work is going to waste, that it's useless. But that's not true, and it's important to remember. The results may be delayed, but your work and build-up are not wasted. They're just being accumulated. And when there is enough build-up, it will explode and you will see progress. Every day of work and perseverance brings you closer to the melting of your ice. Just keep faith and know that soon you'll reach your 32 degrees. Rule number 5. Get to work. Right now, this is your next step. You're going to leave this video, close YouTube, turn off your phone, and start applying those steps in your life. Leave everything you're doing and just get started. Don't waste another moment. Remember, the hardest part of any task is simply to start. So just get yourself started, and from there it's already much easier. Don't put it off for tomorrow. Your identity is based on who you are now. The only tangible thing you truly have is the present moment, as you can't know what will tomorrow bring, and if you even have a tomorrow. This moment is the only thing you can control. Every moment matters and counts as a vote for your identity. I believe in you. We're all in this together. You've got this.